are yet again on another Friday morning, the last of a 6-week series on the fundamentals, looking both at the fundamentals of our game, but then using that analogously for the fundamentals of the Christian faith. The way we've gone about doing that is looking at the links acrostic, L-I-N-K-S. And today, Jeffrey, we find ourselves on the S, sharing the gospel through the game of golf. And I know you, I've known you for almost 4 decades. This is really at the soul of who we are and what we're about.
It has to be. I'll give you a quick golf analogy since that's what we are, because that's what we are. A number of years back, many of you will know Casey Martin, right? Casey played on the championship winning team at Stanford with Tiger Woods. Casey went on and went all the way to the Supreme Court, his case, because of his right leg. In fact, many of you may have known over the last year, seen the national news that he finally had that leg amputated. It's just, Casey's an amazing story, loves Jesus, and his father, King, is on our national board. So I met, Casey and I were doing an outreach in Las Vegas, and we were together, and we went to dinner that night. And Casey said, okay, we're finally learning about this differential plane, right? This, D-plane. And it's an understanding as an example that your ball will start where your club face is. If you have an open club face, your ball is going to start right, even if you come way over the top of it. The primary influence of the direction of the ball starts will be your club face, and then it curves relative to the swing path that you have, outside in, inside out. And he was explaining it to me, your angle of attack, and we got real deep into this. And he had to get up from the table, we were in a restaurant, show me, move and this, and he was so passionate to share this with me. Why? Because he believed it was true. And so people ask, well, why do you feel this need to evangelize? Why do you call yourself an evangelical? Why share this? This is your personal relationship with God. Why push that off on someone else? Well, number one, I believe it. You know, if I believe it, and I believe that there's one God, that there's not a multiplicity of gods like Hinduism, or that there is no ultimate truth, or whatever, if I don't believe any of that, I'll leave you to your own demise there. But if Jesus has changed our lives, you don't get to the S without going through first loving God and others, and integrating, being discipled, and networking, where you begin with friends in Christ, where you begin to change and see change through a confessional community. And then even kindling compassion. Well, the S really is also kindling compassion in a spiritual way. I cannot not share Christ. Do what you will. I will. I don't care if it puts me in jail one of these days. Sharing Christ is an outgrowth of the first 4 of the fundamentals. And then you just can't not share Christ in culture, because you really began to love others and care about their destiny.
I mean, think about this, Jeffrey. The gospel is good news. And so if you have good news, you want to share that with other people, right? And the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ is that God became man in the person of Jesus, lived a perfect life, died an atoning death in our behalf because of our sinfulness, took our place, took the punishment and the wrath of God so that we could be forgiven. That's good news. And so links wouldn't exist. This is one of our driving motives.
Absolutely. Otherwise, this would just be our personal convictions. And no, this is not personal. There's the great commandment that we talked about, loving God and others, where we started this fundamentals. But then there's also the Great Commission. And the Great Commission was, go therefore into all the world and preach the gospel, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. Can I just tell you, your Links group can baptize people. I don't care what your background is. I've baptized hundreds of people in golf facilities all over this valley. We have 130 golf courses in the desert, Palm Springs area. Can I just tell you, that can happen in your city? And God can use you to image His love and compassion as you go into a hurting culture and begin to share the gospel. So that's it, Dennis. Those are loving God and others, integrating Christ's reign and integrity into all of life, networking friends together in Christ, having community, killing compassion for the poor and needy, and ultimately then taking that, this community that we just love, and taking it to the world. And I can't think of anything more exciting.
Nothing more exciting, nothing more important. So we're really glad that you've joined us over the last 5 weeks, so 6 weeks total, where we've talked about Jesus' love for us, our love back for Him, our love for one another, and then our desire to take this love, the love of God in Christ, to those who don't know Him, as we've looked at the fundamentals of the faith. So God bless. Don't forget, there's a PDF study for you personally and or for your fellowships attached to this email. So we hope you'll study that and grow with it. God bless.
God bless you.